Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto Was Betrayed Part 1. We begin this What If with actually Naruto being at the Valley of the End and fighting Sasuke. As Sasuke would scream out to Naruto to let him be. They were never friends like that. They're not brothers. He is just another stepping stone for Sasuke. So one day he can defeat his brother and avenge his clan. Naruto would scream back at Sasuke, saying that it's not true. The village can help him avenge his clan. He doesn't need to go to Orochimaru for power. Orochimaru is a bad influence, and all he wants is Sasuke's body. As at this point, Naruto would have actually found out that, Orochimaru is trying to get a new body. And this is mostly because this Naruto is a lot smarter and keen, as he's always hidden his true ability. But when Kimimaro said that he was a worthless vessel for the Orochimaru, and once he found out that Kimimaro was terminally ill, he understood why he wanted Sasuke, and why Sasuke especially, because he is one of the last two Uchihas, to their knowledge. And anyways, now Naruto and Sasuke would get in their final stances, as they would both charge up their final attacks. Naruto in his version 1 cloak would scream out for Sasuke's name as he would jump towards Sasuke, and Sasuke would fly down towards him with his Chidori, black lightning and everything, and Naruto would with his Vermilion Rasengan. The two would then clash, as the Rasengan and the Chidori would actually create a massive a massive explosion. And after the smoke cleared, you could see one figure standing. That one figure would actually be known as Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto would be standing over Sasuke's body. Sasuke was absolutely demolished by that Rasengan. Naruto unleashed the power within himself that he was keeping back. He was holding back this whole time. He could have unleashed more power to defeat Sasuke earlier, but he wanted to first try and see if Sasuke could turn around before it was too late. But clearly, Naruto didn't put any punches with that final attack. Naruto went all out, and in the end, he was able to defeat Sasuke. And now, Naruto, he was wounded. He still had that gaping hole in his shoulder. He would start walking back to the Leaf Village. Now, Naruto would then actually come across Kakashi, who saw Sasuke in a battered state, blood all over him. And this was actually Sasuke being injured. Kakashi would look at Naruto with a bit of disdain, realizing that Naruto actually beat the fuck out of Sasuke pretty much. But Kakashi would also see that Naruto is injured quite badly too, and you could see the tired eyes of Naruto just waiting to give out. However, his willpower kept him awake and conscious. But in reality, Naruto had already lost his consciousness. This was just his willpower driving him. Naruto does not know what's happening right now, but his will does. Anyways, Kakashi would take Sasuke, as Naruto would just follow along. He wouldn't even help Naruto. Kakashi in this What If was a bit more disdainful towards Naruto, as he held him accountable for what happened to the fourth and the Kushina, although it really truly wasn't him. But now he can see that Naruto is just a vicious monster pretty much, as he attacked Sasuke to the point where Sasuke was on the verge of death. And anyways, now as they were walking back, they find out that his whole team, Naruto's whole retrieval team, was absolutely battered. They were all on the verge of death, including Naruto and Sasuke. However, the mission was complete. It was successful. Sakura waited at the gate to see a silhouette of a tall man with Sasuke on his back. Obviously, the tall man being Kakashi, and Naruto trudging behind as he was holding onto his shoulder, trying to stop the bleeding profusely, or as he wasn't able to. Naruto would enter the Leaf Village and smile at Sakura. However, Sakura wouldn't even give him a glance, as she would go straight for Sasuke. Sasuke, although being in a bad state, he was in a better state than Naruto. Now, Naruto would look on to see Sakura worry about Sasuke, as he would now his will would finally give out. He's completed his promise, he's kept his promise and didn't go back on his word, just like his ninja way. As now, Naruto was about to fall down. That's my Nindo. As Naruto would now fall unconscious, but right before he did, he could see the glaring face of, Sakura. That was pure hatred behind those eyes. However, Naruto didn't have enough strength and didn't even want to try and ask why, as he would fall to the ground and then be rushed to the hospital. Now, Naruto would wake up 3 weeks later. Naruto was in a comatose state, and in those 3 weeks, Naruto would see no one around him. Nothing near him. Not even a bouquet of flowers that were nothing. All he could see was himself and the white ceiling of the hospital roof, or the white ceiling of the hospital room, sorry. Now, Naruto would look around and nobody. Naruto would look out the window, but nobody. It was night time. As Naruto would start walking again, he could walk fine, but his shoulder still hurt, as the wound Sasuke inflicted wasn't healed yet. Well, this one's going to be a deep scar, isn't it? Now, Naruto would walk out of his room to see that he was actually, in a pretty unknown place to him. He's never seen this part of the hospital, and as he walks forward, he sees Sasuke's room. As you could see Sasuke inside, with Sakura and Kakashi on both sides. Naruto would smile as he would knock on the room, and the two would, Sakura would actually go to open the door, wondering who it could be at this time. No one visits around 9 PM. Anyways, she would open the door to see a bandaged up Naruto, barely walking straight, as he would be standing there. Naruto would smile at Sakura with his half bandaged face and one of his eyes not being visible. Sakura would just shut the door on him, not forgetting to give him a disdainful glare. Now, Naruto would then try to open the door, but it was locked. He would then start asking why. What did he do? He kept his promise. And Sakura would then open the door once again, unlocking it. You monster. Look what you've done to Sasuke. He still hasn't woken up because of you. Look at him. He was on the verge of death. And Naruto would then actually get quite pissed off, asking, verge of death? Did you not see what he did to me? You're lucky I didn't die. He could have killed me. Yet, look at him. He came back with a few cuts and bruises, and it was all his fault. How's it my fault? Tell me. I'd kept my promise. I didn't kill him, and I brought him back, safe and sound, from Orochimaru's hands. Now you want to blame me for the injuries he inflicted on himself, pretty much. It was his own fault. If I didn't fight back, I'd be dead in that valley, and he'd be with Orochimaru, and you'd be left here with no team. But now look at you. You have your whole team. Why are you hating on me? As Naruto's eyes would start to tear up, tears would start streaming down Naruto's cheeks, or down Naruto's eyes, as even his bandages started getting wet from one of his eyes being covered. Kakashi at this point would get involved, as he would stand up, putting his book away and looking at Naruto. Naruto, this is not the right time to speak. Go away. The cold words from Kakashi truly broke Naruto. Naruto always thought of Kakashi as a father figure at this point, before Jiraiya came into his life. Naruto could see from his one single eye to another single man's eye, or single eye of Kakashi, that Kakashi did not like him anymore. He hated him. He could see it in his eyes. Naruto would then walk out, as he would see the state of the other team members. Shikamaru, was actually awake at the time, looking out of his window. Naruto would knock. Shikamaru would say, "Come in, Naruto," as he already knew from the commotion outside that Naruto was awake. "You took your time waking up, huh? Well, how you doing, my good friend?" As Shikamaru would smile at Naruto, Naruto would cry once more, as Shikamaru would actually comfort Naruto. This pain Naruto did not deserve. Naruto, Shikamaru, and Gaara were Naruto's true friends, the only two friends that he actually had the friendship bracelets with. Shikamaru would never turn his back on Naruto. He would always be on Naruto's side, even if he had to go up against the whole shinobi world. Shikamaru would be the first on Naruto's side. Naruto would ask Shikamaru if he did anything wrong. Shikamaru would then shake his head, saying, "You did everything correct. If it wasn't for you, Sasuke would be gone, and, well, Orochimaru could potentially become a greater threat than he already is. He already took the third from us. Now taking Sasuke could have made him an even bigger threat, and given him the ability to destroy the leaf as a whole, single-handedly, as he nearly got to do it once. But now, he can't. He doesn't have a vessel, after all. From what I heard, his initial vessel was terminally ill and got killed by Gaara and Rock Lee." Naruto would say, "Yeah, wait, Gaara?" As he didn't know that Gaara came. Obviously, he would understood everything afterwards, and he would smile, saying that Gaara came back. "I wonder if he's still in the village." Shikamaru shook his head once more, saying, "Gaara actually left 3 days ago. He was actually hoping to see you awake, and actually congratulate you on the successful mission. But because he has duties of his own, he couldn't be here for too long. 2 weeks was already too long for him, as he had many important duties as the next Kazekage." As Naruto's eyes would widen. Naruto never heard of Gaara becoming the next Kazekage, but apparently Gaara was already training for it, and he was the most likely one to become Kazekage, as he was the strongest out of the 3 siblings. But a lot of people wanted Kankuro to be the Kazekage, but Kankuro already had given up on it, as he wanted Gaara to be it, as he saw Gaara as a better fit than himself. Naruto would smile, saying that maybe at least one of them can become a Kage. As he looks out to the Leaf Village, Shikamaru raised an eyebrow to that. "What do you mean? At least one of us. Aren't you gonna be the next Hokage, Naruto? After all, that's been your motto for the past 12 years. Has it not been?" Naruto would then look at Shikamaru with a broken smile. Naruto says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that for a second. Maybe you're right. But am I truly fit for that position?" As those would be the last words Naruto would say before walking out of the room. Shikamaru was perplexed. He had a bad feeling about this. "I can't let anything happen to Naruto. I need to protect him, as his only true friend in this village." As Naruto would actually walk out of the hospital, although he wasn't meant to, as he would go to the Hokage Tower. Shikamaru would follow Naruto. As Naruto would enter the Hokage office, Tsunade was actually filling up paperwork. The pain of her life. "I always knew I should have not become Hokage." And then, as she says that, a flashback of when Naruto came in to save her. Well, it came into her mind, as she would smile. "That damn brat is the only reason why I'm still here." As then, she would hear a knock on the door. She would tell the person to come in, as Shizune would be by her side. All of a sudden, they were both shocked. It was Naruto. It was actually Naruto. He's woken up. Why didn't anyone tell her? Because, well, no one was actually by his side. No nurse, no doctor, nothing. No one, not even his friends. Shikamaru couldn't be, as he was injured himself as well. Now, Naruto would actually smile at Tsunade and Shizune, saying that it's been a while since he's seen them, hasn't it? And the two would smile, with Shizune actually shedding a few tears, thinking that Naruto wouldn't make it. But obviously, Tsunade had the full hopes on, well, full confidence that Naruto would wake up, as this is Naruto, the one kid that she bet on that would become Hokage, the one bet she would actually win, and she was so confident about that. But what she wasn't expecting was what Naruto said next. I resigned from being a Leaf Shinobi from today onwards. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving this village. I can't anymore. I really can't. If I stay here any longer, I think I'm going to become a rogue ninja. And I don't want to go against this village. I love this village more than I love my own life. But I can't. I can't see myself protecting it for the rest of my life. I still want to be a shinobi, but definitely not a shinobi that works for this village. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. As Naruto would put down his headband, and he would also put down the necklace that he was given by Tsunade. Tsunade was shocked, utterly heartbroken by Naruto's words. Not that he would no longer be she was heartbroken from the words of Naruto, from that he no longer wants to be a Leaf Shinobi, but more something that hurt more was the broken eyes of Naruto. Naruto went through a lot through his life, from what she heard, and from people who actually cared for Naruto. She heard that Naruto fought throughout his whole life to survive and be accepted by people. After all, he was the Naruto's the host, and everyone treated him as an outcast. Naruto would continue to fight and fight until now. Now he's truly broken. He's now a broken person that no longer wants to be a Leaf Shinobi, that no longer sees himself being the Hokage. He doesn't want to protect a village where the people that he treated as family, the people that he considered to be his true family, will turn his back on. He couldn't handle it. Naruto is no longer the Naruto that they knew. This is the true Naruto. The Naruto that the fake Naruto was suppressing. The one who wanted to end it all. The one who tried to end it all many years ago, but failed because of his fear of death. But Naruto is now dead. The Naruto, the facade Naruto that he created, is now dead. The only few people who truly knew the real Naruto were Gaara and Shikamaru, as they've seen him at his lowest and at his highest. Naruto right now was even lower than he's ever been. He's even lower than when he failed the academy. He's lower than when everyone hated him. Now Naruto truly is in hell. Naruto doesn't see this village as his home anymore. He sees it as hell itself, and Naruto hates it. Tsunade would ask why. Naruto would then not answer that question, saying that he can make his own choices. He's allowed to resign as a Leaf Shinobi. So there's not much Tsunade can do. Tsunade knows that if Naruto wants to end his ninja career here, he has all the right to. And she knew that she couldn't change Naruto's mind. She just accepted it instantly, realizing that this boy has gone through so much pain. She could see it in his eyes. This is the real Naruto, the Naruto that she's never met, the Naruto that she would never have hoped to meet. However, she's not one to judge, and she does accept this Naruto as well. She goes in for one last hug, telling Naruto that even if he's not a shinobi anymore, or a Leaf Shinobi anymore, he will always be her little brother, or her little grandson, more like it. Naruto would give one last broken smile as he would look at Shizune, saying his goodbyes as well, as Naruto would teleport away. This was new. No, not teleport, but body flicker away. Shikamaru would then walk into the room to see a broken Tsunade, as he would say, well, this is not the right moment, right? But I do hope you know that if Naruto now leaves the village, there's nothing us ninjas can do. He's no longer a Leaf Shinobi. So if he were to leave, he'd leave as a citizen, and there is no law that allows us to bring him back. Do you understand that? Tsunade says, "Shut up, you brat. I more than understand that. I understand that more. and way better than you. I know I can't stop this. If he wants to leave, he can leave. There's nothing we can do. Shikamaru would then actually say, well, screw this village. As he would pull out his own headband and leave it on the table too. Shikamaru wouldn't leave his friend, his best friend. He wouldn't leave the one person that he vowed to be with for the rest of his life, for the rest of his career, pretty much. He promised himself to be by Naruto's side, as he was his only friend. Anyways, now, well, at least in the village, Shikamaru would actually go to his own home, telling his parents that he'll be leaving the village. Shikaku didn't really say anything, understanding that something must have happened. But before he spoke, Shikamaru's mother actually spoke. Are you crazy? Do you want to become a rogue shinobi? And then Shikamaru speaks up once again. No, I'm no longer a shinobi of the leaf. I resigned. I gave away my headband to the Hokage. I now no longer am Shikamaru Nara of the leaf. I'm now just Shikamaru Nara. And if you want to kick me out of the family too, well then I'm just Shikamaru. But I will be leaving this village, and there's nothing you guys can do anymore. Obviously, Shikaku says, well, I hope you thought this through properly, Shikamaru. I'm not going to stop you if you want to leave. I'm sure you have your reasons. But just know, the Naro clan and us will always be here for you. Even if you're no longer part of the leaf, you'll always be a Nara. As the Naro clan, well, they prioritize family over village, over allies. Family is everything. Understood? Shikamaru says yes, and one of my family members is leaving too. After all, I've been with him since pretty much birth. As Shikamaru would actually then walk out with the few things that he needed. Even Shikamaru's mother understood where Shikamaru was coming from, although she was a very bossy mother and a very overprotective one too. She knew Shikamaru best. She knew how smart her son was, and how every decision he made was very well thought out. Anyways, now, Naruto would be in his home, realizing how he really had nothing here. Why is he here? Realistically, there's nothing he should take with him. All he needed was one special grade Ichiraku ramen. After all, that is his favorite ramen. But before he left his house, he remembered there's one last thing. He still needs to do one last thing. First of all, he would actually, well, leave the home by slamming the door one last time, saying goodbye to it, locking it, and leaving the key at the front desk of, well, the council houses, basically. As the picture of Naruto and Team 7 would fall on the ground, a crack would, be in between Team 7 and Naruto's face looking away. Now, this was when Team 7 truly broke. Anyways, now, Naruto would then go to the academy the next morning. Obviously, this was in the next morning, not the same night. And he would see Iruka being there early as ever. Naruto used to come early sometimes to prank him, but this time he came early for a different reason. Iruka would be excited to see Naruto awake again. Naruto would have taken off the bandages he no longer needed. Still some of it on his arm, but he was hiding it with his his new black cloak. As Iruka said, wow, new outfit. You look pretty cool in it. You really look badass. After all, you did beat Sasuke to bring him back, right? Naruto would smile, but then he would get serious, telling Iruka that this might be the last time they'll ever meet each other. Iruka would be confused and asked him if he was going on a dangerous mission. Naruto would then, shake his head, saying, no, I'm not going on a dangerous mission. I'm leaving this village. Iruka's heart would have shattered at that moment. His own student, one that he thought as his own son pretty much, was now leaving the village. The one village he vowed to become Hokage of and protect with his own life. Naruto, what happened? You can tell me about anything you need. You know that, right? Naruto then nods, saying, yes, I understand that you'll always be here for me. But I can no longer hide it. I can no longer hide my true self. I do not want to be in this village anymore. And I'm sorry. As Naruto would then teleport away. Well, I say teleport. But body flicker away to Ichiraku Ramen, who was actually prepping for the day. Naruto would say hello and tell them everything, as the two would understand Naruto's choices, telling him that, you know, the doors will always be open for him. Naruto would smile and give them one last hug, as he did to Iruka when he first, entered the room at the academy. Now, Naruto would be at the front gate, no one there to see him off. All of a sudden, while Naruto was turned around, ready to leave, he would feel someone's hand on his shoulder. It was Shikamaru. Shikamaru would, a black cloak too. Shikamaru would then say, well, are we going? Naruto would then smile with a tear in his eye, saying, of course, let's go. As the two would then leave, no one there to say goodbye, no friends, no family for Naruto. Of course, Shikamaru's family wasn't there because Shikamaru told them not to come. Now, the two at the front gates would question Naruto and Shikamaru until they both said, as citizens of the Leaf Village, were leaving. Not as shinobi, but as citizens. As they both pointed to their forehead, and Shikamaru to where he usually kept his arm, his headband on his arm. They both were missing those. Naruto was wearing his signature goggles. As then they would walk by them, they realized that those two have finally had enough of this village. Wow. The bright ball of sunshine that once was always around the village is now going. Are you not gonna miss him? Of course I am. He was my favorite kid out of all of them. And the smartest one there too is leaving too, isn't he? As he says, well, the next tactician must be smarter than him, right? And then the other guy would actually just shake his head, realizing how fucked the village was. Shikamaru was destined to become the next tactician and the advisor of the Hokage whenever he became older. He was too smart not to do it. And now, both the next Hokage, or a future Hokage, and the future tactician of the Leaf Village will now go. Or strategist. I don't know. But anyways, now, Naruto and Sasuke would have left. A week would have passed, and Team 7 would have been called in for a emergency meeting. Sasuke would have been recovered by now, and now Team 7 would enter the room. Sakura would ask, where's Naruto? He's always late. And then Tsunade would, shut them all up. Shut up, Sakura. This is important. Sakura would then look at the Hokage, and the Hokage would announce, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. This was a shocker to both Sasuke and Sakura. No questions were asked though, as the mood was absolutely impossible to... Well, the tension in the room was crazy. Now, Tsunade would continue with her statement. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze has resigned as a Leaf Shinobi. His headband's right here, and this will not be going anywhere. He will be retired, just like he is now a retired shinobi. Sakura would have been outraged. Well, first he nearly kills my Sasuke, and now he wants to retire as a shinobi. Who does he think he is? This really, ticked off Tsunade, as she would slam her fist onto her desk, saying, "Now you little brat, you shut up when I speak. Understood?" He's now left the village with Shikamaru Nara, who also has become, a retired shinobi from the Leaf. They both left this morning, or last week, around this time. From now on, Team 7, you'll be a 2-man Genin team with 1 Jonin team leader. And I don't want to hear any complaints from you guys. You guys brought this upon yourself. What about Team 10? Obviously, Sasuke asked this, as Team 10 was Asuma's team. Well, Asuma's team actually, well, they're both not willing to become or continue as a team, as they don't wanna. Asuma has decided to become a shinobi once again, no longer a Jonin team leader, and the other two, they're doing their own thing now. Shikamaru leaving was a pretty big blow for Choji, as he's now taken a break from shinobi activity, and so is Ino. Now, Shikamaru would have told Choji that he was leaving. However, Choji didn't want to leave yet. He said that he would one day, as he wouldn't want to be in a village where his friends were basically outcasted and basically thrown out. Anyways, now the Leaf Village, the Rookie 10 or Rookie 9, whatever the fuck, they were all shocked by the news. Naruto and Shikamaru have left the village, and they don't really understand why Shikamaru would follow Naruto, but they understood why Naruto would leave the village. Some were confused. Rock Lee would ask while they had a little meeting, and obviously Neji would reply, "Well, Rock Lee, if you weren't so concentrated on your training every day, you'd see how much hatred the village had for Naruto, and clearly his team wasn't any different. After all, his team was the one who made him run off. After all, that's at least what Shikamaru had told me from what he overheard. After all, his room was next to Sasuke's. Anyways, I believe that most likely was because of Team 7. If not, I'm not sure. It is possible that it was just the stress that he received from the village and everything, but it doesn't seem like it. He wasn't bothered by it before, even when they were all against him in our fight in the tuning exams. Sakura would look down, as Hinata would tell Sakura to never speak to her ever again, and she would leave there and then. Neji would follow Hinata as he would go console her, as she left in tears. Kiba was disgusted by just by looking at Team 7, or what is left of Team 7. Even Shino, who was always neutral with everyone, he seemed a bit pissed off. He then actually tells his bugs to calm down as much as he can, as after all, he's pissed off himself too, as he would start walking away with Kiba, telling Kiba that they should go spar a bit. He needs to blow some steam before he does it to someone else. Obviously, looking back at Team 7 while saying that, Ino would be broken. One of her best friends had just left, and one of the people that were the pillar holding this friend group together, or probably the only pillar holding it together, the glue that stuck them all together, has now left to Naruto. The ball of sunshine for everybody is now gone. Anyways, Choji didn't even show up to that meeting. He already knew everything and didn't even want to see Sasuke and Sakura. Anyways, now Rock Lee and Tenten would go their own separate ways too, as the two were actually disgusted by them as well. They always thought that the team members were always meant to be like family to each other. Sakura then actually complains to Sasuke, saying that it's not their fault. He's the idiot for hurting Sasuke. Then Sasuke actually speaks up. "Well, I did hurt him too after all. It's just what I deserved. Maybe you were a bit too harsh on him, Sakura." As he then would walk away as well, realizing that this was all his fault. He actually accepted it for once. Revenge wasn't on his mind anymore. What was on his mind is how to get his friend back, how to apologize to him, and how to make it up to him. A year would pass by now, and the Rookie 10 or the Rookie 9 would no longer be the Rookie 9. They would all have graduated and become Chunin and Jonin. Choji would have made strides and become a Jonin under the guidance and the tutelage of Asuma, and so would Ino under the tutelage of her father and Asuma. Obviously, Choji's father helped out a lot with Choji's training too. The two became two of the most renowned ninjas and Jonins in the Leaf Village, being able to solo missions as well. Obviously not but mostly Choji. As whenever they put in a team, they're the ones doing the heavy lifting. Even Ino started training under Tsunade, and she basically became Tsunade's new student, as Tsunade could not teach Sakura after what she saw on Shikamaru's letter, which was all which Shikamaru decided to deliver a week after they left. Now, after all this time, Naruto and Shikamaru would actually be living not living, but be traveling this shinobi world, as Naruto would have become a completely different person. He no longer smiles as much, only when he's around Gaara and Shikamaru. After all, those are his true, real friends. And then he's two true, real friends. And anyways, now, Naruto would have become something renowned in the ninja world. And shinobi who's not loyal to any village, but would do anything to help the Sand Village at any time, at any moment in time. He's not a Sand Shinobi, but he was an ex-Leaf Shinobi who has retired and become his own person. He was known as the Ghost of the Leaf, one who could use the Flying Raijin, one who had Sage Mode, one who had contacts with Jiraiya the Toad Sannin, the one who killed Orochimaru. Yes, Naruto in this time would have went out to Orochimaru and killed him. Although he was sick at the time, he wasn't as sick as after the time skip. Orochimaru could still kind of fight, as by this time he already knew how to change bodies and basically regain his arm strength because they have captured a Zetsu at the time. And anyways, now Naruto would have become something unimaginably strong within that 1 year. Naruto showed his true capabilities and how strong he can get when he really puts his mind to it. Shikamaru also has made a name for himself. He's now become the Shadow King. The King of Shadows. Shikamaru's shadow possession jutsu has become something renowned around the shinobi world. Both were treated as S-rank, S-class shinobi, stronger than some Akatsuki members. In fact, the two have clashed with Akatsuki members, and don't worry, the Akatsuki didn't come out without paying anything or without paying any costs. The Akatsuki have already lost 3 members in the fights with these two alone: Deidara, Sasori, and also Hidan. All 3 were taken out by these two alone, individually fighting one-on-one. All 3 of them were killed in battle, and the 2 came out unscathed, seeming like they haven't even tried. Shikamaru has pretty much put everything into training with Naruto. He's no longer that lazy guy. He's finally achieved his true potential, a potential that he could have unlocked a long time ago, but he decided not to. He was a generational genius, on par with Minato Namikaze. Unfortunately, he didn't have those chakra reserves like Minato, and that, creativity like Minato, but he did most certainly had those smarts and that genius potential in being a shinobi in his own field. After all, he is mainly a support type ninja, but he's now become like a first line of attack, pretty much with the way he uses his shadow possession, and he's actually used it quite well. He actually uses it a bit like Gekko Moriya's Devil Fruit, if you know what I mean. He basically takes control of people's bodies. He becomes a puppet master at this point. He's able to make them do stuff, and also his shadow possession jutsu has an infinite radius, pretty much, from what people have been saying. That's his description: an infinite radius, an infinite range on shadow possession. But anyways, now, obviously, Naruto would have taken out 2 Akatsuki members as well. He would have taken out Sasori and Hidan, as the 2 were quite easy fights for him. Naruto is able to use his version 1 cloak, but he never uses it, although it is in his arsenal at this point. Jiraiya has helped both of them train as well. They're both Toad Summoners, yes. Even Shikamaru has become a Toad Summoner, and he can use Sage Mode as well. Well, not to the extent Naruto can, as Shikamaru has mastered it, but he doesn't have it down like Naruto, as Naruto uses it quite a lot, and he's basically become beyond the master of Sage Mode. Thanks to these two training with the Jiraiya finally found some motivation to actually finish training in his Sage Mode and mastered it too, being very proficient at it as well, as that helped him a lot, especially in tracking down Orochimaru. And anyways, now Naruto and Shikamaru would continue traveling and making their name widespread, as even the Cloud had even set out a bounty for the two. The two were both known as S-Class Shinobi, and on par with Akatsuki members, who was an up-and-coming terrorist organization. Obviously haven't made any moves yet, but they've already lost 3 members, which is quite concerning, and this is why they will actually start their operations a bit earlier than in the original. Now, they will start about 6 months earlier, and anywho, what happened in this 1 year in the Leaf Village? I did cover 2 people, but I haven't covered everyone. Obviously, Sasuke has become a Jonin as well, and he's now been able to unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan through pure training and dedication. Yes, Sasuke has now become a full-fledged Leaf Shinobi, one who doesn't seek after, revenge. Obviously, he wants his revenge, but his main priority is protecting the Leaf, taking on Naruto's mantle. One that Naruto left behind for someone to take over. Definitely not Sasuke, as Naruto no longer considers him as a friend. After all, what he did to him did ruin his life, and did pretty much break apart his team and his family, so-called family. Tsunade was already looking to retire as a Hokage, telling Jiraiya to take the mantle, as Jiraiya was still a Leaf Shinobi. But then Jiraiya would say, no, although I have loyalty to the Leaf, I do have a lot more loyalty to Naruto. I would do anything to protect both Naruto and the Leaf at any moment of my life. But realistically, right now, Naruto is my priority, as I am his godfather, and you are technically his godmother and grandma figure. You should be taking care of Naruto too, but taking care of the village, as that is still his favorite place in the world. After all, it is the Leaf Village that he always wanted to protect once. Although he hates it right now, I'm sure one day he'll return. After all, he's getting wiser and wiser every day, although he already thinks more wisely than I do. The Tsunade would actually reply to that, saying that even a toddler is wiser than you old perv. But seriously, I do really think Naruto will become the greatest of Shinobis. And that was true, as during this next year, or next 6 months before the Akatsuki actually begins their, raids on the Jinchuriki, Naruto had unlocked something that hasn't been seen since the first Hokage, and I mean naturally the first Hokage. And this was wood release, Mokuton. Something that even Shikamaru was surprised Naruto could use. But after all, this was Naruto, full of surprises, one who can use ice release from just seeing a Yuki clan member. Naruto showed this off to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya really thought that maybe Tsunade's bet was just beyond the Hokage. This kid's gonna be the next god of Shinobi at this rate. Jiraiya would say, I don't know much about would release, but I do know someone who does, and that someone is in the Leaf Village right now, as Naruto would actually set up a meeting with Tsunade to understand or see if she had anything or any scrolls on wood release jutsus. Obviously there is Yamato, but he'd rather learn on his own if there's nothing from the first Hokage, as he doesn't know Yamato like that. And anyways now a month would pass, and Tsunade and Naruto's meeting would actually commence. Naruto would enter the Leaf Village with his black cloak and Shikamaru following suit. People actually heard of the ghost of the Leaf finally returning to the Leaf Village. People were proud of the ghost of the Leaf, giving the Leaf some reputation, the reputation they once had. However, realistically, everyone knew that Naruto was not loyal to the Leaf Village anymore, especially people from outside the Leaf Village, people who weren't blinded by their own, egos. Naruto would visit a few people, Ichiraku Ramen, Riko Sensei, and then, well, 3 people. And Shikamaru obviously would visit some others. Naruto would have made sure to say hi to Choji and also Neji, basically the whole Sasuke retrieval team, as all of them were basically a big family now, and all of them respected Naruto and actually felt bad for Naruto when everything happened. Even Ino said hello to Naruto, and Naruto smiled at her, showing that he truly and really didn't hate everyone in this village. And anyways, Hinata would have seen Naruto and would have shed a few tears, as Naruto would just tell Hinata to not cry anymore, as Naruto can take care of himself, and he doesn't, she doesn't need to worry about him anymore, as Naruto would give her one hug before disappearing and going to, Tsunade's office. Naruto and Shikamaru would be at Tsunade's office, as Shikamaru would actually, not teleport, but body flicker there, as Naruto would actually teleport there. Naruto would have sent one of his clones there already, and pretty much the clone would have left the seal at the Hokage office and disappeared. Tsunade was perplexed on what he just did until Naruto appeared out of nowhere in a flash of yellow. Naruto was basically the next Yellow Flash, the up and coming Yellow Flash, but no one knew about this technique yet, and they only knew it was the ghost of the leaf. And anyways, now Tsunade would be shocked at Naruto, at what Naruto just did, but she then smiled, saying, "Well, you do take after your father off anyway." Naruto would smile, already knowing what his lineage was. And anyways, now Naruto would ask Tsunade a serious question. Tsunade was not told anything about the release yet, but Naruto would have asked if she knows anything or any jutsus from the first Hokage that can help him master this technique. As Naruto would put up 2 fingers, and a little sprout would come out of the wooden floor, and then it would become a small little tree, which Naruto would have then cut off and pretty much showed Tsunade. Tsunade could feel the chakra within this tree. Tsunade was shocked, looking at Naruto, asking if this was really, was this a dream or anything. And Naruto says, "No, I unlocked it accidentally. I wasn't trying to, but one day in my training I was testing out my chakra releases, and all of a sudden I just knew how to do that." Tsunade was absolutely perplexed, and she asked Naruto if he knew any jutsu with it, and Naruto then said, "Well, that's the whole reason I'm here. I'm asking you if you have any from the first Hokage." She says that she does. She has a few scrolls. The first Hokage thought that maybe someone could unlock it in the future, but that future hasn't come until today, as she would then summon a scroll from Lady Katsuyu, and obviously one of her slug summonings, and then hand it over to Naruto. Naruto would smile and see all these plethora of jutsu. They were even ranked from D to S, and he would say, "Wow, the first Hokage must have been a genius. He even laid it out nicely for me." And then Tsunade would laugh, saying, "No, that was his younger brother, the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju, my uncle. He was the one to actually write that for anyone else in the future. My grandfather never really thought that far ahead, but at least Uncle Tobirama did, and I'm glad he did. Look at you now." As Naruto would say, "Oh, Tobirama Senju, I do use a lot of his jutsus. The Flying Raijin, which was improved by my father and now improved by me." And then Tsunade asks, "Improved?" And Naruto says, "Well, you'll understand later." As then Naruto would go on to say the Shadow Clone Jutsu, even the academy was created by him, no? And Tsunade would say, "Yes, you know a lot of history, don't you?" And Naruto says, "Well, I learned it all when I was 4. As Tsunade was very perplexed. Naruto already knew that at the age of 4, then why was he always dead last? And that was what she asked. And Naruto says, a ninja's best technique is to keep secrets and be stealthy." So as Naruto would then disappear, saying his goodbyes to both Shizune and Tsunade, as he would teleport himself and Shikamaru out of the village. He would leave without saying a single goodbye, as when he said his hellos, he also said his goodbyes already, as everyone knew Naruto wasn't going to come back to say goodbye one last time again, as he already did. And anyways, now Naruto didn't meet with anyone from Team 7. Team 7 would have found out as Naruto was in the meeting barging in as soon as he teleported away. Tsunade realized that Naruto knew this. He was a sensory type ninja from the beginning. That damn brat. He knew you guys were coming. That's why he left in such a rush. As Naruto would have actually been walking away from the Leaf Village now, and he would have told the Shikamaru, I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about the Akatsuki recently. We have 3 months. We need to train hard, and we need to hunt them down. They're going to become a great threat to not just me, but Gaara as well, and every other Jinchuriki in this planet. We really need to do something about them, understood? As Shikamaru would just nod, saying, yes, I was going to let you know about that too, but I guess you were already on it. Well, at least we know what our next mission is, right? Ghost of the Leaf. And Naruto would smirk, saying, well, first I need to learn all these jutsus. And Shikamaru says it won't take you too long, maybe 2 weeks, and Naruto smiles, laughing along the way. And anyways, the two would smile at each other and walk off. Anyways, now, in the Leaf Village, Sakura would have barged in with Kakashi and Sasuke. Sasuke would have demanded for Naruto, where is he? Tsunade says he's already left. He doesn't want to meet with you guys. If he hasn't already, then he doesn't want to. He's already met with the people that he wanted to and said his hellos and goodbyes at the same time. So if you guys haven't seen him yet, that means that he just did not. That means that you guys weren't on his list. Anyways, get out of my room. I have work to do now. The three were kicked out instantly. Kakashi actually realized his mistake years later. A whole year and, well, nearly 2 years later, he realized one of the biggest things that he's ever messed up on. First he lets his team die, then he lets his sensei down by not taking care of Naruto, and then he breaks Naruto even further. This was the worst kind of mistake he could have ever made. Naruto now hates him. The only remnants of his team, of his sensei, hates him. Now he's really screwed up. Sasuke thought that Naruto was always going to be his friend. Naruto was always going to be there for him. However, he screwed that up too. Not only did he, well, hurt his friend, but he now basically broke off their friendship forever. That fight was the last time he saw his friend, Naruto Uzumaki. Now, all he hears is about the ghost of the leaf. Anyways, now, so Sakura was pretty much broken inside. She tried to learn medical ninjutsu on her own. She was a prodigy at it, and she's on the level of Ino, but Ino is just so much better at her, as she just put in way more hard work, and she had Tsunade as a sensei. She also has the slug summoning jutsu, not slugs, slug summoning contract, which Sakura does not, making Ino a top tier healer. And anyways, now Ino also has the Yamanaka trademark, which was the mind transfer jutsu, which helps her out a lot as well. Anyways, now understand injuries better as well, as she could go through people's memories, understand where they got hit, and what exactly happened with what kind of jutsu and what kind of medical ninjutsu she should use. And anyways, now obviously this would help her out. But anywho, now I will be ending this wave here. I will be covering what happens in the next few months of Naruto, and pretty much this will be a quite short wave, maybe a 2-part wave. I will be covering a lot next part, but I hope you'll enjoyed it. This was a lot more deeper than I expected. I can't lie, I never thought that I could make Shikamaru such an integral part of the story, but it was just recently when I was rereading Naruto how important Shikamaru is, and how, well, obviously I always knew that Shikamaru was important, but like it just hit me how he was always there for Naruto since the academy days. Even in the war arc, he literally was gonna die, but then it's like, nah, fuck this, I can't die. If I die, who's gonna take care of that idiot? Obviously talking about Naruto, who's gonna be by his side when he becomes Hokage. There's no one other than him who's more fit than that. Well, there's no one more fit than himself to be Naruto's secretary as the Hokage, and he knows that. And I realized that Naruto only had, and also I've noticed that Naruto only had friendship bracelets with Gaara and Shikamaru. And anyways, now he just showed me how important those two were to Naruto, and I could use them in a what if. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed this wave. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King Weaves, and peace.